Hello, my dear Capricorn. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between November the 1st to November 15, 2016, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So, November 4 to 5, we will be able to see Taurus meteor shower that will radiate from the constellation of Taurus. November 14, we will have the full moon, the second supermoon for 2016 out of 3 supermoons. The first one was October 16. It may look slightly larger and brighter than usual. The new moon we have in October 30, and it's in daytime. So, I call the divine with love and light, and I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and I call the 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and air, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Capricorn viewers. I want my dear Capricorn to have love in their life. I want you to have loving relationships. I also want you to find that you have creative success and to be guided towards your highest spiritual awakening, and also be able to reach your highest destiny, the reason why you are here during this lifetime. So what's going on for my dear Capricorn during the first part of November 2016? So we have a little Capricorn here and Ace of Swords. So the inner child and Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is like voicing the inner child, like that you need to start voicing what the inner child needs, the needs of your inner child. And maybe to be more outspoken, not so controlled with your talk. Okay. So I'll just tune in a little bit to you, Capricorn, the first half of November 2016. Okay. This is your future. This is your now, and this is the past. The now is probably the time between 1st to 15 of November 2016. But whenever you watch this, it's probably the right time to see it. So. Okay, the first card for you, Capricorn, is the Fool card. So that's a wonderful card. It's about the first step of a journey. It's like you have closed something else and it's time to start anew with something. The Fool is it's going in circles. We are all going in circles, and not only circles but also spirals. We go like this. And any time you come in the Fool, you come in the beginning of a circle, and that ends with the 21 World card. So the Fool is a child, you can say. It's a child. It's naive. It's trusting. It's not afraid. It's exploring the world. It doesn't know about dangers. So it's telling a little bit of the mindset that you might have had to use during this past time, or that spirits might have want to guide you towards. It's the mindset of being like a child, like not having too much of worry and anxiety and being afraid of what the future holds, but being more in here and now. Sometimes the Fool lack impulse control, and if he's really tuned in with like his spirit self and the divine, that's a good thing. But if you have lack of impulse control and you are tuned into lesser vibration, that might be a problem. This is how people commit murder or do really stupid things because they don't think about the consequences. So there's different thing about the Fool. But he has a white flower in the hand, so he has the best intentions. It's a rose. And he also has this little doggy, like showing him the way. It's loyalty. So even if you lack impulse control, let loyalty guide you towards the right kind of action to take, to not take a step right through the abyss. But sometimes the abyss is a great thing. We see through dreams how people are acting towards danger. Some people doesn't want to get close to the cliff, to the edge here. They want to keep like 50 meters away, and others they just go out through the cliff and they jump, and they always make it. And yeah, so it's kind of a different way to approach things. People are sometimes very scared of like losing themselves or being open or being naive, while other people are not like fully okay with it because they are really brave and they don't really care about what you do to them, because they will be able to do the right kind of action in the exact right time to be able to do to accomplish like the best outcome. So they are not so fearful about the future. Capricorn can be a little bit fearful about the future. You are earth sign, so you want to have things well organized, and like a little squirrel, you want to like store for winter and know that you're safe. And this card might urge you to let loose of that, or you might have worked against being like more trusting and being more in the now, like here and now, and not thinking so much, because thinking about what has been and the future, it will only cause anxiety and distress in your system, in your body. So this is like being more like carefree, and don't try to be so worried about the future. You can still take care of your house and go to work and whatever, but maybe not being like, oh, what will happen when the winter comes, or what will I do when this happens, and so on. So here we have the star, and the star is healing, and it's also hope. So hope and naivety, it's very beautiful here. It's very pristine. And when I shuffled your cards, the little child Capricorn fell out. So it might be that you're working really, really beautifully with healing your inner child, and actually starting to listen to your inner child, and beginning the journey to follow the bliss of your inner child. Your inner child is like a fragile thing that we have in our core. They store all our needs, all our talents and gifts, and they are very like fragile, and so they need a lot of love and attention and care. And if they don't get this, you might lose them on the way, and you might lose them like soul parts, lost soul parts. But it seems like you have taken in your inner child, and that you are in the brink of like healing this inner child, restoring its hope. And we also had Ace of Swords falling out, and Ace of Swords is like start voice your inner child's needs. I want, I need, I felt this, I got angry, I got sad. Voice your inner child's to get your voice back. Many children lose their voice during their growth period, because other people has control over their lives. So it's kind of they give up, and it's no meaning. No one will ever listen to me anyway. And you might have kept this feeling up to grown age, where you actually have control, and you have the means to decide what you want with your life. You don't need to act like a child towards your friends, your partner, your children, and so on, and your boss and work colleagues or whatever. You can start voicing your power, your strength, because with your inner child comes also strength. So it's not only fragile, it's very resilient and very brave. But it needs a lot of things, like love. It's very crucial for your inner child to get love, and at least from you and the divine. Sometimes it's a problem to contact other people, especially in this kind of world we live in now, where everyone is like individuals. And here you have the Eight of Wands, so that's another very beautiful card. It's about like energy reaching you, like energy of change, energy of enlightenment, energy of understanding, energy of like misunderstandings falling away, and brightness coming in its place, because it's like the sun's rays. It keeps a lot of information, energy, and it's also changing your DNA. So during this period, when you are going through this change and starting to listen to your inner child and healing, and also this energy is hitting you, you might feel really tired because it's like you're changing, transforming on a deep level, like deeper than your skin, like in your DNA, you're changing. We are always evolving like this, but during this period of human existence, we are evolving really quickly, and that can be very tiresome. So this is a beautiful energy about a new start. You have a new start here. You have the star guiding you, healing you, and it's also this card. Sometimes this card comes together with a Six of Cups or Knight of Cups. Then it's usually like asking for forgiveness from someone, or trying to be friends again, or trying to reconcile a relationship or something like that. So you know this energy. It's like when you tell someone I'm sorry and they say, well, I'm sorry too. This kind of energy. It's clarification. It's kind of light, uplifting your vibration. And it's the sun's rays, and it has a growth on it, and it's enlightening this landscape. So it's very beautiful. And it's like your attraction point is at one goal. It's like you have decided for one thing, and you are going for it. So it's a very strong attraction point if you want to create a beautiful future for yourself, to not think about bad things, like being like the fool, because whatever you think, you will create. So if you have like a beautiful goal, like guided by the stars here with a beautiful goal, and you're aiming all your thoughts just in one direction, like I want love in my life, and you are trusting the world and yourself and like the divine, that you will get it, and then you just leave it alone, and you are like, yes, I will have love in my life. This is what I'm wanting. And the next step is maybe, well, I would like to move to a more comfortable area, maybe with lesser noise, lesser traffic. And you dream about this, like you have dreamt about how you will get more love in your life, and you are just joyful with this and playing with it, and just not being like, well, what will happen if I never get that house, and the divine is against me, they have never led me to that house, or being like the fool. Just, yes, dreaming about it, and then just let it be and dream the next dream, and then start collecting when the things come to you, when you have aligned yourself like just in one way, when you're aligning yourself in different ways, like being not the fool, but the person that's more, competent, organized, prepared, and they are thinking, well, I want a house, but I can't afford it. Then the heaven says, the divine said, by the law of attraction, it's like a universal law. It's nothing we can do about it. It's just say, yes, your wish is my command. You can't afford that house. So that is what we are going to create. But with being this, like, naive and trusting, you can create whatever you want. It's very beautiful. So this is actually a beautiful picture of a creation process, like how it goes in the best of worlds. And here we have a Five of Cups. I think we saw this with Pisces or Cancer, maybe. It was some of the one I read for yesterday, I think. Had the same beautiful creation process, and then this Five of Cups, it's like you're almost you're creating something, and you are going to a certain point, and then when you are not getting it, it's like just on the brink, like you can have it, and you think, well, I will not get it, they will not come, I will never find someone to love, I will never get a house on my own, I will never move out of this neighborhood, I will never have a good job. And then you feel very sad, and you lose your hope, and you lose your attraction ability, and the thing won't come. So it's very hard. It's really difficult for a human being to attract the thing that you want, because you always like start to get second thoughts, and start to be sad, and start to be sorry, and start to be like, well, I'm lacking this, I don't have this. And the law of attraction says, well, your wish is my command. You don't have this. No one loves you. You don't have your house. So you start to be really sad. But you have built a bridge here. And it's still like two cups are still standing. And you have your treasure chest open there. It doesn't glisten really, so it's like you're not drawn to it anymore. It's like worldly goods may not have the same kind of thrill that they had before. So, sadness there is, heartbreak sometimes. And here's justice. So justice is kind of obstacles which you need to go through. Justice is like this law of balance, like there needs to be balance in the world. We have the law of attraction and we also have the law of justice. And balance, it's not about like he did that so he needs to be punished, or she did like so bad things will happen to her. No, it's more like when you have an obstacle in space and it's getting hit, say by a meteor, a big meteor, and it's knocked out of its orbit. It will like start to maybe wobble like this through space, wobble, wobble, wobble. But eventually it will come to a new balance point, maybe be caught by a new star, or and get balanced again. Or it will wobble forever, we don't know. But usually like the divine or the universe wants a balance. It's like, imagine that both our ice caps, north and south, will melt. They have helped us, the earth, to maintain a certain balance point. If they would be lost, maybe we'll lose our balance point and our axis would shift. And it would shift to a new balance point. So that's what's happening here. It's the law. It's nothing you can do about it. And it's like a block for you. It's something you need to learn before you can move forward with your creation, before you can move forward to this new thing. It's really about your thinking. It's like you have done this, you were really happy about it, and you were guided by the divine. They helped you, and it was just on the brink, like being manifested. And then you got sad, you started to think, you started to be worried. And there's justice, like, yes, okay, things are now out of balance, so the thing that you want can't be created. It's kind of this. Justice is also other things, like that you want justice for yourself. It can be really, it's really deep, it's going really deep, because all animals has a sense of justice, and it's very hard to go by. So you need to actually heed this sense of justice, that you want justice for yourself, you want justice for your inner child. So maybe you have been starting a beautiful, beautiful creation process, and what you need to do now is to heal the injustices that you have been faced, like the old wounds where you have been mistreated, where you have been treated like in a bad way that was unjust. So maybe you need to, when you're doing this beautiful thing, you have learned how to create things, you might come to a block where you actually have your wound. So you need to address this wound, I think, before you can move forward into balance. So you need to heal yourself. It might be that you have a lot of like grudges against people. So start to feel those hurt that you have been through. Just feel them. Don't make stories out of them, because stories, your thoughts becomes the house you live in, like Rumi says. And so don't think so much. Try to think as little as possible. Focus on your body instead, if possible. Stay with the hurt, because the attention that you give your body will also heal it. It's so beautiful arranged. It's like, it's just a message. The pain is just a message that wants to be heard. And when you have listened to it, like all the thing the pain wants to say, it will subside. It might come back another day if you didn't understand the message, but don't try to think so much about understanding the message either. It will come to you really natural if you just put attention to the wound. You can also sometimes, if you want to do some more deep work with healing this, you can go and see a color. Use your 5 senses to discover this wound. What color is it? Does it have a smell? Does it have a taste? Can you hear a sound from it? Things like this. All the 5 senses. I just said 4 now, I know, but I forgot. Yes, what's the texture? Kind of texture, yes. Okay, so it's something blocking you here, and it's a law. So it's something you can't go past. It's like if you have been unjustly treated, or you might have let yourself be unjustly treated, you might have been in codependent relationship, or you have tried to be nice towards people even though they weren't nice to you. It's kind of that this needs to balance up, and it needs to balance up through your feelings. So you need to go through your feelings and give a lot of attention to the hurt feelings, so you can create this balance for yourself. And after that, you will listen to your feelings more carefully. It will go by, you will have this like a downloaded file, like a downloaded program, so it won't be an issue. And you will never put yourself in the same kind of situation again. Because this is what we do when we don't listen to our feelings. We avoid the problem, but we are getting then into the same kind of mess over and over and over again. To actually now heed all the pain from the past and just feel it, it will stop you from making the same mistakes in the future, because it will so naturally you will just feel like, no, this is not the person for me, that's a jerk. And earlier you will have been like, oh, my dream person coming here, I'm really attracted, because you felt like this person could reopen this wound, so it might get healed. But after you have healed it, you won't be attracting the same kind of things in your life again. You won't make the same mistakes again. So it's really a beautiful thing. The feelings are not there to torment you. They are there to heal you, to make you know things. So you won't like fall into the same pit all over. The Fool has the ability to learn. He's going here, he's falling down the cliff, and he's feeling like that was hurtful, and he feels the pain of it, and that's how he learn. And the next time he will know, like, oh, don't go too close to the edge, and he won't have to think it. It will be in his system, in his biological system, like a electrical impulse almost, like, be careful, an edge here. So you need to listen to your feelings. They are like downloading files that will create a beautiful system for yourself to guide yourself through the world. You can still be naive, but you will just feel like follow your feelings, and everything will be all right. It's like your GPS or communication system, or your compass. So we have yet another 5. The 5 always means like things that's out of balance, things that's needed to be adjusted to make like a more happy you. 5 of Pentacles is a feeling of being like an outsider, feeling cast out in the snow, feeling like you don't belong, feeling alienated, feeling like you're worthless, feeling that people are not loving you because it's something wrong with you, feeling that you can never get enough money because it's like money won't come to you. So this is a card about self-love, that self-love is needed. You need to start loving your inner child and putting like a lot of attention to yourself, and put yourself like kind of first for a while. Like take your own feelings, like the scripture from God. I feel this today, so it's like this. This is like starting to give yourself attention so you can heal this, like you being, it's like you have lost the contact with yourself here, because you're a beautiful, beautiful soul here on earth. You are just a spirit that's, you have downloaded yourself in a beautiful body that's yours for this lifetime. It's something to really respect, because it will have this constellation with this cells, with this look, only this lifetime, all these atoms that have formed for you, like through exploding stars. Some of your atoms are so advanced, they can only be created in exploding stars. So your body come from this beautiful history through its journey through universe, and it's has like built itself for you this lifetime, and it might only live for 17, 80, 90 years, and then it's gone and gone forever, and it's shattered like in atoms. But your soul will prevail. This energy will keep itself together, and it might like reunion, like a drop of water to the ocean. And but you will still be you. You will still have your memories. You will still have your love, but the body will be shattered, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. So you need to love your body while you have it. It's a beautiful, beautiful gift that you have been granted, and also yourself, like the beautiful soul you are. Don't mistreat yourself. Don't make victim stories for yourself to tell yourself that you are in a bad position and that you are like, it's such a sad story for you. Don't do this. This is only creating the same problems that you have today, tomorrow, again, because of your thoughts. Your thoughts are very, very potent. They can create whatever you want. So do this healing. Stay with your body and try to figure out what it's lacking, because it's a great lack here. It's something that you should have been getting, which you haven't got because maybe of your thoughts. And when you were a child, you couldn't control this, but now you can. So, okay. We had a star, and we also have a sun, and that's our star in our solar system. And it's our common soul. We all have this kind of a sun above our head. We don't see it in the third dimension, but it's there, and it's our communication system with our common sun, common soul, and it's also the things that sees. It's your I am, the one that watches the thoughts, the one that watches your feelings. The feelings come from your source. You can say Ace of Cups. And this child is actually like the person that feels the feelings, that get the information from the soul. It's your inner child, and it rides on a white horse. The white horse is almost like the fool. It's a very like openness to your feelings, like taking your feelings and taking them for truth. Okay, I still love this person that's long gone, so I still love this person. It's just information. They don't resist it. It's no resistance. Resistance and non-acceptance of what is will create pain in your life. So this person, those here, this is the fool actually riding this horse underneath the sun. They are very open to their divine connection, and this is their authority in their life. Nothing else, just this. And this is a place of unconditional love, also for yourself, not only for others. Not thinking that you can give and give and give and others should stomp all over you. No, then justice will come in and make you feel a lot of pain until you restore this balance again. Because your unconditional love is not to let people step all over you and make whatever they want with you. This is not unconditional love. Unconditional love is aimed also towards you. You are equally important as anyone else. And the sun is very beautiful. It's like seeing things really clearly. Listening to your thoughts, if you need to have them, if you are the kind of person that has this thinking going on, like really high speed thinking, like almost like a wind blowing out of your head, start to write down all your thoughts. Give them this attention if they want this. So give them this attention so you can see, because what you are creating for yourself, because this will be a map to your future. This thinking that you have will be a map to what you will get in your future. If you think bad thoughts, you will get bad things. But don't stress too much about this. Just write it down. Write it. Because the key to this, to stopping this circulation of bad things, is to be getting attention to it, to see it, to actually be awake. When you drive to work or go somewhere and you go from A to B and you're there and you don't remember the journey, you're asleep all the time. And this is what's happening when you're thinking. You go down in sleep and you are like identifying with your thoughts, and you think that your thoughts are you. They are not you. They are not. They are just merely a radio. It's producing from both your. It can be like an angel radio, same thing over and over again, like call this person, call this person, call this person. Yes, and it can be. Like your logical mind, your left side brain, just working, trying to solve a problem, and maybe making you very anxious during this time. But what you need to do is put yourself in a position of the sun, like watching things, watching what's happening, being more awake. Don't fall to sleep. And if you go to sleep, that's fine. But when you wake up, be aware of that you have been waking up, and now you see your thoughts again. You hear them. You aren't like lost in them, like you are lost in a dream. So the key is attention. Attention to your feelings, attention to your thoughts, and don't think unnecessarily if you can avoid it. And the key to this is, of course, to feel your feelings instead, because you can't do both things in the same time. It's the same thing with breathing. If you concentrate on just following your breathing, the same thing will happen. You won't be able to think because you have your attention elsewhere. And here you have the Temperance card, and it comes underneath 8 of Wands and the Sun. The Temperance card is the second card for wedding in the Major Arcana. This is the third card for wedding. So it's counting down kind of here. The first is, of course, the Lovers. So this is how opposite attracts. Like you're having something, a skill, a talent dormant within you, and you will see a beautiful, beautiful person on the outside that is like everything that you ever dreamt of you could be. And you feel that this friend or this person that you have, like an idol, or it may be your partner or whatever, you feel that they are like so beautiful. But this is only like your own inner dormant skills that attracting you on the outside to make you see. Attention is the key to make you see what you are like inside of you. If you would let yourself be this, if you will like not try to control yourself so much, or try to, you have probably a voice in your head maybe telling you that this is a bad thing and you did this, and a tormentor. And they are like taking away the joy and taking away your pride and taking away your self-confidence, you see here. And this is, but you can see this. Like if you are attracted with something in another person, you probably have it yourself, and it's just dormant. So this is like how you start to get in that thing in yourself, or start to wake that thing in yourself, start to realize that you have it, and it's like an expansion. It's like you're expanding all the time. Like the more and more like you realize about yourself or your experience, or you're waking up, it's like you're expanding and you're getting more and more energy. So this kind of wedding, it's more about being whole. This is like two halves, like yin and yang, meeting each other, being very attractive by one another, or you taking in your opposite side. And this is when you actually have healed and you are a whole person, an enlightened person that can see, that's awake, that doesn't fall into sleep so easily into thoughts. Then you are a whole person, and that's the wedding between whole person. This is the alchemic wedding, like how to make lead to gold, how to expand yourself. And you also have the picture of it's the square here and the triangle. The square is your body, your temple that you have right now, and that I want you to respect utterly. And the triangle is your soul down in this body. So it's also like being more alive, like taking more room in your body with your soul for every day. And this is like being aware of your body, being aware of the warmth in your fingertips, for example, and the tinglings in your toes. That's your life force, that's your soul. So it seems like you are in a very profound awakening process here, where you have waken up your inner child and you're on the brink of taking in your opposite side. You have a little bit of self-esteem issues and sadness, but it's something that's going to resolve during this process, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. Here we have the moon, and that's the thing you need to do to heal yourself, to put a lot of attention to your original wound. And it's a journey through the subconscious. It's a journey that's scary, because it's all with all your nightmares and all your fears and all your what ifs. So it won't be easy, but the most thing it's boring. It's really boring, and it's take a lot of time. You have to sacrifice a lot of time, and you need to maybe lie in bed, like in fetal position, whenever a strong feeling is hitting you, and just feel it. Feel where it goes in the body, feel how it moves, see it maybe, if it has a color, if it has a sound, texture, whatever you can find out about it, just be with it and accept it and relax to it as much as you can. In the beginning, it might be really hard, so then you just, you don't relax into the feeling, you just accept that it's there and it's hurting, like, you know, really bad. and have this boring time. It might take you 1 year, like 1/2 hour each night in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. It depends on how traumatized you are and how much you have saved and how much you have like rejected your feelings in the past. But you need to do this, and it's rather urgent, because we need to, how we're doing this, like when you put your attention to your feelings, you're healing yourself, you're taking back your soul parts. There's a lot of things happening, and it's like the whole world is like heightening its vibration, and you are going to go with it. So don't resist it. It will be much harder. Just sacrifice the time and the boredom to just stay with your feelings. They are like small, sad little children crying for your attention. And why they are so painful? It's because they are programmed like that, to get your attention. And what you are doing instead is like rejecting them and not giving them attention. So it's kind of we are doing it all wrong, but it's an easy way to do it right again. And it's just start to accept your feeling and accept your pain and stay with it. What is now, it's no meaning to resist it if it's already there. It's just to stay with it and give it the attention that it wants and that it needs to become whole, to be healed. So the moon there. And here we have a Queen of Wands, and it comes underneath the Justice. So it indicates that when you have healed this, you have tried to be like, you know, Superman or Superwoman. You have tried to be like a person that's don't have any feelings, that don't have any pain, and you have tried to be like servant to a lot of other people. You have tried to be really good and to be in unconditional love and be a good person, and this have, of course, build up a pile here of a lot of hurt, and you need to go down to the moon, and you need to face the justice of it all, that you have not treated yourself especially well, like with unconditional love. So, but when you go down in the moon, what you will find is this strength. It might be a person on your outside that reflects this to you, but this is your strength. This is how you can be like a total person. Instead of just like, you know, give unconditional love to others, she gives it to herself as well. She can walk a mile in another person's shoe. She can really see the hurt and pain of others, and she has the greatest compassion to really see like what other has been through, and she can understand them. She doesn't judge people, but when they try to hurt her, that's where she draw the line in the sand. So she can be really hard and bitchy towards the people that doesn't want to have her best interest in mind. So she can love people really deeply, and she can also love herself really deeply. So this is what you will find when you have gone through the moon and faced all your fears and healed all your pain. Then you will be like this. You won't ever let people step all over you again. It just won't happen. So the next card for you, it's the Emperor, and the Emperor comes underneath the Fool, and the Five of Pentacles, the loss of self-confidence. So the Fool is a number 0, but in Tarot it says that it has number 22. Because it comes after the World, and then it's starting over with the Magician, number 1. So the Fool has number 22, and 2 plus 2 is 4. It's the Emperor. It's what you get when the Fool gets experienced. Because the Fool doesn't reject its feeling. It's taking the feelings like one by one, accepting it, being with it, staying with it, taking the information. They are really open with this. Trusting, naive, and then they become the Emperor, like a person that's able to put boundaries, a person that's like know what they like and what they don't like, because they have experienced this, like one-on-one. This I do like, this I don't like, so they can be able to put boundaries around themselves. And therefore they are not feeling this anymore, that they are not worthless or useless or people doesn't love them, because they have one person in their life that loves them, and that's themselves. So they have learned to respect themselves. So it's a really, really good thing. This is Aries, by the way. You can see the picture on his shoulder there, and he's also having like some kind of horned Aries creatures there, even though they look very fragile. So it's fire again, fire. You being a little bit on fire. You have the Sun here as well, and the Eight of Wands, fire energy. So it's a lot of spiritual energy. So it's more like you don't follow human laws anymore. You follow divine laws, and it's something else. It's something more like you are a direct contact to God and to the divine. You don't have this, you don't have to go around like reading into, you know, what's right and what's wrong from a human perspective. It's still there, of course. We shouldn't hurt people in our surrounding, but we shouldn't hurt ourselves either by, no, this is not due to my tradition, or I can't do this because my neighbor will be very upset if I don't know, whatever. But we are thinking a lot about what other people think, and this is like keeping us in a prison. And we need to be like have a straight line to the divine. And this you seem to restore here. It's what you are going through. You are restoring a divine line, like a spiritual connection. First of all, by cleaning out your feelings and actually feeling them, and this will lead to a lot of self-respect and to you knowing, being in the know, and this is going to clean your canals, so you will be much more able to hear your spiritual helpers and your guides, and where to go and how to make decisions. It will come instantly, like just being downloaded through your communication system, like through wands, that's the sun, the soul, and through your source, your inner source, the waters. So here you have Six of Cups, and that's a beautiful, beautiful card about healing. And all those cards here is about healing your inner child. So it's a very beautiful thing that's happening to you, Capricorn. Finally, you can heal this and stop this sad stories about yourself, and actually taking care of yourself. If taking care of your inner child, and like growing up, being an adult, taking care of your inner child. This is what you need to do. So instead of being like both of you are helpless and crying for help, now you have a helper inside of you, and that's your son. That's also connected with the divine. Your soul's connected to the divine. So you have, of course, like someone walking alongside of you and helping you all the time. But you need to take like your own responsibility for yourself and create what you want in your life, instead of being sad about what has been or the sad future that you are wishing for yourself. So this is a beautiful, beautiful thing about taking care of your inner child and restoring its dignity, restoring its, like why it's here, like restoring its authority, because it has authority, because it's like sitting there in the commando central of you, feeling everything. Like it's like a really fragile instrument that's calibrating you together with the divine. So it's a beautiful thing happening here in your life, Capricorn. It might feel like, you know, hell, because you will hurt a lot and you might feel really depressed and really tired. Yes, yeah, it comes like a confirmation. But it's for a good cause, so endure and accept. This is the energy hitting you, wants to heal you, the sun's rays, the divine's, like the universal energy that's here to transform you into a new being, like a spirit on earth. And this is killing you almost. This is making you feel like, well, totally exhausted. You might have problems to go up and go to work in the morning, and you might like catch a cold all the time. And it's kind of an indication that you need to have this boring time that I've talked about to heal yourself. It's time now. You can't avoid it anymore. It's need to be done now. Like, you need to listen to all those letters that you have tried to avoid, and not you can have a lot of sleepless nights, and that's a hard thing to endure. So maybe some of you might need actually help with how to fall into sleep, like through meditation or different herbs or something, because if you lack a lot of sleep, that can be really harmful to your system. But sometimes maybe you need to take a night or two to just be awake, because the pain will like just boom, boom, boom into you, and it will be like hell, and you just want to run out of there. But don't do it. Lie like her here and just accept whatever is, like whatever comes through her, because it's just like you are a dustbin with a hole in the bottom. The dust just wants to go down and away. So you are just like a healing system, like a big dynamo. So it's just going through you, cleaning you. And it's the good news, it's you are not just cleaning yourself, you are cleaning out your karma and hurt from your ancestors, from your parents, from your siblings, to your children, to your friends. So you are actually, we are not in this alone. So when you become this Wacom cleaner, you are cleaning it out for a lot of people. So don't think of this as your own burden. It's a burden that you take for a lot of people. So it's you're healing. When you heal the thing in you, you will heal the thing for a lot of people outside of you as well. So you can try to understand and put like in relation this pain. So you'll understand it's also not for just this lifetime. It might be for all of your lifetimes on earth. So try to understand that it's out of proportion. So it might feel like it's killing you, but it's not. It just wants to go through you, and it's going to heal you in the same time. So it's hurtful. I won't deny that. It's you're going to go through hell here, but it's for a good cause, okay? So you will come out on the other side, and you will be a happy person, and much more lighter, and you have been transformed, and you will be much more wiser. You will have your communication system installed, and you will have beautiful contact with the divine, and you will know instantly where to go and what to do. And you will be much more calmer and centered. So it comes a gift out of this, but it's like in all the sagas and legends and movies and stories, the hero needs to go through some hardship before it's like happily ever after. So just go with the flow. The flow is coming, and it wants to go through you, and you are blocked in a lot of ways, because you have a lot of information, like a lot of letters that has been lying here and haven't been read. So it's going to hurt, but eventually your canal will be cleaner, and it will be easier as the time goes. So, and here you have an Ace of Swords. So that is you getting back your speech. And when you have gone through this, like this hell and all your feelings, you will actually be in the know, and you won't fear your own talk anymore. It's a beautiful song I come to remind myself of now. It's an old, it's a renewed recording of an old, I think maybe Simon and Garfunkel song. Don't take my word for it, because But it's Sound of Silence with Disturbed. And if you see just go and check out the lyrics, because it's like the whole song is about this, about getting back your voice, and that the words of the prophets rests within all of us, and it's rest there, and it doesn't come any further because we keep silent. So it's like an awakening, a profound awakening, where the nice people start to speak their mind and not being afraid anymore for what other people will say. If you believe one thing to be true, you are going to voice it, and you are going to talk with others about it, and you are not going to be afraid anymore of not having the same kind of thought or truth as someone else, and fear conflict, because you will be very close to your own source, and you will feel like, well, I know a truth today, and I will know a bigger truth tomorrow. So it's new truths all the time. So it's not like this anymore, where we need to like stand up and fight for what we believe in. Yes, we need to do that to a certain degree, like in ourselves, for ourselves, but we don't need to go to war over it. We can just like wake up, like a big population waking up, like nice people waking up and finally voicing their concerns about things. Like, no, I don't want to chop down this wood anymore. I don't know why I'm doing this. Yes, I get paid, but well, I can do some other work. I want this forest to stay where it is. Or I don't want to go down to the mine anymore. I don't want to excavate earth anymore. So, and it can be a lot of things, like you're going to tell your relatives, like, this is what I feel, this is who I am, this is what I'm going to do. It's kind of a little bit of a revolution, and it's like blood, sweat, and tears, and victory at last. And it's also this, like, speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. This is what this card is all about. And if you are downloading like something, and you keep it away from people, you're keeping it away from truth. It's like it's like you're taking something from the world when you are keeping yourself silent. It's like you're not fulfilling your destiny when you're keeping yourself silent. So you need to voice yourself. You need to start trusting your own instinct and being the own authority in your life, and voicing talk your truth, tell your truth. And I can hear people sometimes talking on the bus or somewhere where I am, and just saying like, the only person I can talk with this about is you, because you're the only one that understands. So they are keeping silent when they are among normal people. But this is like not being silent when you are with normal people. This is actually being the true you everywhere, authentic, okay? And here we have the little Page of Pentacles that came when I shuffled the cards. So it starts with the Fool, the inner child, and it ends with the inner child of my dear Capricorns. So this is you actually being like more you. And so it's all, this reading is all about you. Focus on you and your spiritual development, like how you can release yourself from past hurt, and calibrate yourself to the new kind of information system. It's going to go through more telepathic knowing. We don't need to read it in the newspaper tomorrow. We will know it when we wake up in the morning. And it's nothing funny about it. It's just like how it is. And you need to tune into this. And you need to clean yourself out to be able to tune into this. And it's going to make your life much more easy. And you're going to be able to be a much more profound creator here on Earth. So it's a really beautiful reading for you, Capricorn. And I hope you will go with this flow, even though it's a lot of resistance within you that will hurt a lot. So, okay. Some cards for you from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms to see what's going on. Okay. It's the Lady of the Gift, generosity, receiving, withholding. So it's kind of how human has been, like being ice queens. We have pretend to be something we're not, and now it's going to be like this time when this ice is melting and you are starting to bloom. It's a beautiful Swedish song, actually. I'm thinking about now. It's like a flower left underneath the snow that's only waiting for someone to love them, only waiting for sun to come and spring to come, so they can live again and be alive and be happy. So stop withholding what's truly you. It's not allowed anymore. It isn't. So be more generous with the person that you truly are. And this is the dream walker. So it's dreams, the collective good, illusions. So it's time to snap out of illusions and waking up. And why you're doing this is for the collective good. And it's for, you see, you play a tune here. You have a lizard here. Lizards are, and this about change, about being something else, like a camelot, somewhere, something else next day, like really spiritual growth. And you have a storage there coming with your new future. So this is about your skills of being like a creator here on earth. It's time for you to wake up and take your responsibility for creating the thing that you were here sent to create. So this is actually a very beautiful thing, and the mist is going to lift and the stars is going to be visible when you start to wake up. Okay, I will take some cards from the past life oracle card. Maybe we can see a little bit what it is that you need to heal, what might have been your trauma or someone, and maybe some other advice. We'll see what's coming for you, my dear Capricorn here. Oh, yeah. See, Egypt. So Egypt, it's the triangle. It's the same as here. So it's talking about that you have a profound knowledge. You might have lived many, many lifetimes on Earth, and you have been storing a lot of information in you, in your soul. So we need this information now. So you need to wake up, my dear Capricorns. You have a lot of experience from a lot of lifetimes and a lot of high civilization where we actually had a lot of more knowledge than we have now. So you have access to things in your soul that the world kind of needs and you kind of needs. So what you need to do is, of course, to clean out your canal, your system, so you can download the full soul in your body and you can be this wise. I think you have been like initiated in an earlier lifetime. So you might already know how you do this. So it wouldn't be so much trouble for you. You have both the sun here and the temperance card and the star. So you're practically already enlightened without knowing it, my dear Capricorn. And here's the trees. So trees is about knowledge also that stretch deep, deep down with the roots, down through all the layers of humanity where we have lived. Every new generation leaves a new earth layer, and as farther down the roots go, the further down your different lifetimes goes, and it also stretches up the branches through the sun, through the universe, through the stars. So you have a profound knowledge, and you probably have met a lot of persons during this journey, a lot of persons that's very dear to you and that you might have in your life as of now. I'm feeling like many people like have a hard time maybe letting go of some old relationship, and it might be because it's not time yet. Maybe you just need to do this personal development on each side. Like you need to go through this maybe alone, and you might reunion again when this work is done. You have Emperor here, so Emperor for some of you it will mean for the women it might mean that you have you will reconcile with a soulmate. It might be for men as well, a soulmate here, and it's also for both men and women. It's like waking up of the divine masculine, like actually being able to put out boundaries and being in the know and being a creator, like this is what I want, being more like in your own authority. But I think that many of you is going to, after you have done this work with being yourself, like, and taking care of being the adult to your inner child and healing all this this pain, you are going to reunion again with someone. Six of Cups is not only like healing and childhood, it's past life and karma, and it's also soul connection and reconciliation with someone. You might get another chance with someone. But it's not now, it's in the future, I think. You might have it, for some of you it will be now because of this thing going on here. But in the same time, this relationship can be very painful because it's there to wake you, and possibly through pain. So this might be the reality for some of you, but it's try to understand that it's not the person that's causing the pain. They are just there to trigger your pain so you will feel it, so you will heal it. So try to be forgiving, and but don't let people step all over you. It's not allowed anymore. Okay, my dear Capricorn, this was a long reading, so take really good care. And I will also say that I'm really grateful for all of you watching, liking and subscribing to my videos, and also all of the comments that make me get hope for humanity, with all of you working so hard to be the better versions of yourself. So I hope to see you again in the middle of November. So take really good care until then, and do this boring healing work, okay? Bye bye.